A lot of people that watch my content are coming to me for breakup help, breakup advice. But this video, I really want to hammer home the idea of why people even want to be around someone. So if you think about it, go back, all the people that are going through breakups right now, go back to before you met that person and then right up to when you met the person that, you guys broke up from. So when you think about the energy that you had an energy of, I don't give a shit what's going on. I just want to hang around you. And then when you hang around that person long enough, what you'll notice is you're like, I like being around this person. Do you see how simple this is? All you have to do to have a successful relationship is keep that energy going. But what every human being on the face of this planet does, because we make things so much more complicated than they have to be, and if you guys heard how many times I hear what about this, what about what she does this, I would be rich as fuck. That energy, you just have to keep replicating that. And what people do over time is, and this is what I was going to say before, is they'll put negativity in their relationship by accident. So what they'll end up doing is they'll be like, especially guys that message me now who are my students, who over time are my students, right? They will message me and they'll be like, this is where things started to go wrong. And then what the guy did was she didn't message him back when he thought she should have. So he'll be like, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's hunky-dory. She didn't message him back and he got upset for whatever reason. So the story that guy is telling himself, the energy that he is giving off is one of, if you don't message me back, I'm going to lose my shit. Negative energy. See, every breakup happens because of a compilation, or, I don't know what the right word would be. I guess compilation, negative energy over time, just consistent negativity over time, or an intense, one punch hit of negativity. Funny enough that I use that in an analogy because abuse is one of those things, right? Sometimes, it could be 5 years together. The guy just loses his shit and he hits a girl. She's going to be like, I don't want to be around this guy anymore. It's not safe for me. So that's the whole point. That's what I want you guys to understand, that it's all about how are you, what vibration, what vibe are you giving off when you're around that person that you want to think about you. So if I want a woman to think about me all the time, the way that I'm putting myself out there towards her, what is that? What is that like? Am I attached to her? Am I attached to her, to what she does? Am I attached to the outcome of every conversation that her and I have? And being attached is like the idea of that guy who's like, you haven't messaged me back. What's going on? Right? Negative energy. Why would a woman want to be around that? Why? There's literally no reason. And for the ladies, it's the same thing. Your dude goes out with his homies, right? He doesn't message you. He gets a little tipsy, he goes out with his boys. I know it's such a weird thought because of COVID. COVID's been around for, it feels like eternity. So going out seems weird. But he goes out with his boys, and I've coached girls, and the girls are like, yeah, when he went out, he's good looking, so I know girls are looking at him. I know, and it's like, yeah, but he comes home to you. And yeah, everyone on the face of this planet can cheat, right? That's what we think in our heads, but you have to give your partner the benefit of the doubt, because what is it? Positive energy. When you give someone, even if you don't even go there in your mind, that's positive energy. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yes, you can get hurt. But here's the truth. Here's a universal truth for you. You'll be okay. No matter what happens to you in regards to relationships, you'll be okay. As you get older, you're more reserved because you don't want to get hurt again. So you're like, let's take this slow. Because when you're young, you love hard and you love fast. But when you get a little bit older, you're like, I'm going to take my time a little bit here. But at the end of the day, you'll be all right. And I know it sucks being in pain because I've fucking been there. It's the worst feeling in the world. But again, keep reminding yourselves of the energy levels that you're giving off. Are they something that is attractive, or is it something that's going to repel? So when you're jealous, when you're controlling, when you're angry, these things are going to repel someone because they're like, I don't want to be around that. I want to be around positivity, especially people who are super positive people. Like I used to be a negative person, and the negativity stemmed from fear, guilt, shame, and everything that was low on the Hawkins scale. So if you guys want to Google that, go Google that, and you'll see the Hawkins scale. And then on the top of that is like love, courage, enlightenment, and all the other things. There's more. I have to memorize it because it's very important. Actually, it's a visual representation of your energy levels and what you're giving off. And the higher that you are on it, and the more actions you take on the top of that scale, the more people are going to want to be around you. It's a universal law. And you can actually think back to moments that you were around other people and you're like, that person, they were so cool. It's like they didn't have a care in the world, and they don't, because they're not attached to anything. They're just there. They're present. That's what I strived to be like. And that's what I have achieved. And I've gotten to that point with everyone around me. And yeah, sometimes like entrepreneurship is a lonely fucking road. It really is. I'm alone most of the time. But when you learn to love the situation that you're in regardless, it gives me time to be at peace. It gives me time to read, and it gives me time to go into things. But social skills do degrade, so you have to try to keep some sort of interaction with people. So me and my boys game. But I can't wait for this COVID thing to lift, because I'm in Canada and we're in Ontario. I'm in Ontario. And our government's just fucking shutting everything down and all that bullshit. The way that you are giving of yourself to other people around you is what is going to bring people to you. People are going to be repelled by you, or people are going to be attracted to you. What you want to do is you want to see who you're hanging around with, and you want to change that and go in the direction of being around people who will uplift you and take you in a positive direction. Now, the heavy part of all this is negative momentum is a bitch. Default is a bitch. So when you go down this road, you're going to have so much negative momentum pulling you back. Now it's like you got to take two big ropes and pull a fucking chain forward, or pull a train forward, right? And it's hard to get that train moving, but once it's moving, and the thoughts I want you guys to have on this, imagine fixing all your finances. So imagine making like an extra $5,000 a month. It's fucking so it's actually easy to do. If you guys put yourself into that position where you were to learn how to do it, you would see that all it takes is a specific amount of effort in like a year or 2 years time. And then the maintenance of that is so little compared to an actual regular job. The fact that more people aren't jumping on to making money online baffles me, but it's not for everyone. Like video isn't for everyone, but there's podcasting, right? Podcasting is just the audio part. And the thing about podcasting is it's got high retention rates, because people listen to you while they're walking or while they're driving or doing activities. But people don't have time to sit and actually watch a video for 50 minutes to an hour, or 3 hours like Joe Rogan and shit like that, right? But some people do. So that's why he does the video podcasting thing. And that was like a fucking pioneer move, game changer, right? But there's so many things you guys can do. So fixing your finances, imagine how much stress you guys would have lifted off if you did that. Then if you took the time to get to really know and fix all your emotional, like what really sets you off and what really makes you angry and why. If you fixed all that stuff and you started to learn how to process all of it and get rid of it, and the relationship, because when you get into an argument with your girl, for example, you won't come from a reactionary place. You're like, okay, like what's going on? Why are we here right now? That happens when you develop yourself, when you start focusing on the right things to change and what to fix and what to look forward to, what not to, blah, blah, blah. You just have to start picking apart and becoming aware of you and becoming aware of yourself and becoming stronger and focusing on where you want to put your energy. You want to get someone to think about you in a positive way. You have to be positive. Write all these things down. And make sure you guys check out my other channel about this, because I'll go deeper into this. I want to start making longer form content there. Write all this stuff down. Write all the things down about you that you know can be better. And then start working on them daily. Anything that is worth doing every single day. I don't give a shit what it is. If you want to be, if you want to be wealthy and you know how to do all the stuff that I just mentioned, like the video stuff and getting into internet marketing and stuff like that, do it every day. Make videos every day. Do this every day. There are some days where you're like, I don't fucking feel like doing this today, and you really don't. Do it every day. Want to work out? Work out. Find a way to get moving every day. It doesn't have to be lifting weights. You know, overtraining is a thing, but you definitely want to be moving every day. You want to be crushing it every day. And that's what's going to bring someone back to you. That is what's going to get someone to think about you. That's what, basically, people want to be around you when you make them feel good. So it's not really about you, is it? It's about them. When you start to make that paradigm shift, you're like, damn, I've been doing it wrong for so long. What the fuck? And then you start really understanding that people, again, are just wanting to feel special. And the world around you, and on top of that, number two, the world around you is a reflection of you and what you feel like inside. And what you'll do is you'll bring people around you that make you feel good too. That means your partner. What kind of partner you have, what kind of woman you have in your life, and for the few ladies that watch me, for the men that you have in your life. If you want a man that really wants to provide and take care of you and protect you, like us men all want to do, it's just hardwired into us. And sometimes that even happens when you're in a negative place, because the world is funny that way. Like sometimes you'll be a total mess, and you'll meet a woman and she's like amazing, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? What are you doing with me? I used to feel like that when I was younger, so a lot younger. I'm 30 now. I used to feel like that when I was like, you know, like early 20s, right? If I meet a girl and you know, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with me? Why are you with me? Right? And because I didn't think highly of myself. So anyway, this video's gone on too long. I ended up ranting and raving for a while, but check out my other channel, Practical Spirituality and Self-Improvement, and subscribe, like, and all that. Coaching is down below if you guys want to do that shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Done.